Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for a new video. First of all, we had Big Beer from Ukraine, and then we had Eesti Laul from Estonia. And I didn't do any reaction videos for Eesti Laul, although I wish I did for my favourite song, because I really like my favourite from Eesti Laul, and I have a very, very clear winner, a clear favourite, so I'll talk about that later. But I didn't do any reaction videos, but I have heard all of the songs for Estonia, and I thought I'd put together just a top three, not a big ranking, just my top three, so it shouldn't take too long, but I do have a top three, and like I said, my winner is a very clear, not a very difficult decision to make, let's put it that way. It was an obvious standout for me. So I look forward to talking about that later, even though I didn't do a reaction video for it, which I wish I did now. But anyway, so let's get into my top three. Let's just go straight into it. So my third place is Bedwetters. Interesting name for a band. Although I still think We All Poop from Czech Republic a few years ago is probably the weirdest name for a national final band that I've heard. But yeah, the Bedwetters with Monsters. Funny thing about this is that when the lineup was revealed for Eesti Laul, my friend Sophie, she knew who they were. They're like one of her favourite bands ever. I've never heard of them before, but I'm happy for Sophie. Shout out to Sophie, because she's happy now that one of her favourite bands are in a national final for Eurovision. So let's hope for her sake they get to the final at least. But I've never heard of them before. But I like this style, rock. I always support rock in Eurovision, usually. I like the fact that they're going for these different genres in the national final. Love that. I love it when countries do that in the national finals. Different types of music. Estonia have definitely given us that. And yeah, I don't know if this will win, but it is different. I'm interested to find out how they'll look on stage, how it'll be performed on stage. They've got a very interesting look, and in the video as well, you've got this almost like this big purple monster playing the drums. Like, are we going to see that in the live performance? I don't know, but it stood out to me because there's quite a lot of ballads in Eesti Laul, a few sort of generic, forgettable ballads, I think. So this did stand out to me as being worthy of making it into my top three, at least. My number two might sound a bit random, might come as a bit of a surprise, because I don't think I've seen anyone, when I've seen people's rankings of Eesti Laul, I don't think I've seen anyone have this in their top three, maybe even top five. I think I'm the only one who has it in their top, and it's Whiskey Won't Forget by Carlos. Again, I know it might sound random, like why have I chosen this? There's a lot of other favourites, but I really like this. I like his voice, very like Shawn Mendes, Charlie Puth. Yeah, it's his voice that I like, definitely, but I really like the style as well. It's very modern. And for some reason, it just stood out for me, as one of the ones that I remember more than the others. I don't think it's going to win, and like I said, like, this is definitely not a favourite for fans, because nobody's really mentioning it that much apart from me. But I just like the style of it, and it just stood out to me for some reason. So finally, my favourite from Eesti Laul, not just my favourite, but a lot of other people's favourite, it's Ollie with Venom. Not a hard decision at all. Loved it literally first time I've heard it. It's actually been on repeat like every day since it came out. I've been listening to it like all the time on repeat ever since it came out on Spotify, the day it was released pretty much. And yeah, I said, you know, I'm a supporter of rock in Eurovision. I am. I mean, if it's not a good rock song, I won't just like it for the sake of it. But if it's good, then I'm all here for it. And I love this. It's early 2000s Nickelback. That's what I was getting straight away. And that's why I like it. I really love his voice. I mentioned Nickelback. Nickelback get a lot of hate. I don't know why. I've never understood why. Because I really like the lead singer of Nickelback. And his voice reminds me of that. I can't remember his name. What's his name? The lead singer of Nickelback. He was married to Avril Lavigne. I do know, but I just can't remember. But Ollie's voice really reminds me of that rough, typical rock voice. I just love it. It's giving off a bit of like Linkin Park as well, like early 2000s throwback. You know, I can understand completely why so many of us love it. And I think it is pretty much the favourite to win, Eesti Laul. Like, whenever I see people's ranking, I would say over like 80% of people have got Ollie at the top. So I really hope this wins. I mean, if it's a good live performance, I can just imagine it on Eurovision on the stage as well. It's almost like it can be Estonia's blind channel moment. Like, this is what Finland can do, and now Estonia can do it too. You know, this could be your blind channel moment for Eurovision. And I say, go for it. If Ukraine pick Cherry Hale and Estonia pick Ollie, then we're off to a brilliant start for this year, I think. I really hope this wins. I just love his voice, the whole song, the instrumental break, the way it builds, but then it's like soft rock at the start. I just love it and I can't stop listening to it. I hope I don't get bored of it though, because we have to wait quite a while now between now and the live shows for Eesti Laul, like a month, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing it live, and I just hope it wins. I really think this is what Estonia should pick. You know what to do. I think the Estonian public, the televote, I assume there's a televote in Eesti Laul. Not quite sure actually, but I think there is. I think the televote will definitely gravitate towards Ollie. I mean, definitely. I mean, you know, if I was Estonian, I would vote if I could. But yeah, I don't know about the jury, but if you can pull it off live, then surely it's a winner. So yeah, fingers crossed for Ollie. It is a big favourite, you know, loads of people love it. And it got my attention straight away, so I hope it wins. So I'd love to know your top three. Feel free to leave them in the comments below. Maybe they're completely different to mine. Maybe you think Bridges, which is another big favourite potential winner, maybe you think that that should win. We'll wait and see. Maybe it will all come down to live performance. But I know for sure what my favourite is, and I'm, yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens. So I will be watching Eesti Laul live, although it's not for another month or two yet. Still got a bit of time to wait. So thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts below on anything that I've said about my top three, well, and your top three as well. And this weekend coming up, we've got Junior Eurovision, which I can't wait to watch. I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm hoping, well, to watch it first of all, but also hopefully to film a reaction to the results, hopefully, so look out for that. But if not, then I'll see you for Benidorm Fest, which should be our next national final that we get. So I can't wait for that either. So hopefully see you for Junior Eurovision this weekend. If not, probably next week at some point. So thank you for watching. Bye everyone, see you soon.